I wouldn't say it's unfair, exactly. I mean, your voice goes right into people's heads. How would you explain that to the kids? You can't just explain it away as magic.
Is something the matter?
Ah, Miss Columbina! No, nothing you need to worry yourself about.
Ah, impeccable timing. Stick around for a second, Miss Columbina. I need your input on something. This self-proclaimed Knight of Justice has yet to give me a satisfactory answer. I, for one, would like to hear your verdict on the matter.
Hey, now, I left the flagship just to help you out, Miss Nicole.
What's going on?
So Alice and I are both using long-range remote control spells that work on similar principles, allowing us to attend this festive fair in Dodeco form. Sorry, let me backtrack a little. While similar, there are some key differences. Alice, being a great mage, wanted her Dodeco to reflect something of her own charm and mystique. So she adjusted the way its tail moves when it spins around. An entirely gratuitous move, in my opinion. I hardly see how anyone is going to notice that. If anything, I'd say that anyone who stares intently enough at a Dodeco's tail to notice such a small detail is someone we ought to be highly concerned about. I only say this to emphasize that my question has nothing to do with tails. Now that we're clear on that, why is Alice's Dodeco permitted to interact directly with the children celebrating Moon Prayer Night, while mine is not?
Your voice speaks directly into people's minds.
See? Exactly what I said. Miss Nicole?
Ugh, I can't stand it. I know that probably makes me sound like a whiny child acting out in front of their parents. And it's a little embarrassing now that I think about it. But hey, I've said it now, I can't take it back. That would be even more embarrassing. Also, don't go reading too much into that analogy. It was off the top of my head. I'm actually an awful lot older than either of you.
Miss Nicole, are you saying that you'd like someone to play the game you've prepared?
I'm not so invested in that. It's just something cobbled together using items I borrowed from Alice. She probably didn't even make them herself. The point is, I want to know everyone's thoughts after they receive their prizes. But as you've said, I can't just ask. I've been biting my lip for so long, and I've had no one to vent my frustrations on. I thought this was going to be a nice, straightforward festival where I'd get the chance to guide people to treasure.
Well, can I play? I can't guarantee that I'll win a prize, but
You will?
I'd like to try.
Then what are we waiting for? Let the game begin!
It's like they forgot I was ever here.
Congratulations, Miss Columbina! With your great wisdom, you have overcome every obstacle in your path and conquered the great challenge posed to you by fate.
Fate?
Well, something to that effect. If you'd prefer something more poetic, it could be the icy winds or the dawn. Anything you like, really. You could even go with the challenge posed to you by Dodeko, if that's what you're into. Anyway, you can take or leave my suggestions. Moving on. All my hopes are now resting on this.
Can I open it now?
Stop teasing me. Please, I'm begging you. No more talk. Just open it.
Wow. What a lovely sculpture. Classic and cute at the same time. Thank you, Miss Nicole. I'll always treasure it.
Ah, there we go. Music to my ears. You have my sincerest gratitude, Miss Columbina. Thank you for sharing your precious time with me and fulfilling my wish.
Don't mention it. You've all done much to help me. And still, I'm the one receiving all these gifts. A soft and furry creature that bounces and jumps.
Welcome home, Moon Goddess.
This one talks too.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am a Dodeko from a distant archipelago, the most mischievous of all my Dodo brothers and Dodo sisters. When the going got tough, I powered through, and when I met obstacles, I boomed them away.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Doesn't it just? Oh, but then the trouble started. Recently, I found a lovely beach, the same beautiful jelly color as my hometown, and so I dove in to have a look. Only to find it overgrown with seagrass and nasty little spiky fish everywhere, looking to turn me into a Dodeko kebab. I made it back to shore by the skin of my teeth, but my tail was sorely hurt.
Couldn't you just boom them away?
Oh, I wanted to, believe me. But I've heard that you, Moon Goddess, can understand animal speech. The last thing I wanted was to cause a gigantic fuss and get taken to court by a school of spiky fish. I'd be driven out of these waters for good, and my winter holiday would be ruined. And so, dear Moon Goddess, I was wondering if you might lend me your allegiance.
Are you roping me into a crime?
Oh, let's call it a once-in-a-lifetime carefree adventure. Does that sound better? All the festival goers tonight are dressed up as the Moon Goddess. But there's nothing to say that the Moon Goddess can't disguise herself as a Dodeko, is there? Besides, this is your home. You should be free to be whoever you wish.
I'm afraid I'm not well acquainted with Dodekos, Madam Mage.
Oh, that's quite all right. We Dodekos are innocent, happy creatures with a free-spirited nature. Many, like myself, are mischievous troublemakers. Others are lazy souls who like nothing better than to lie down on a nice rock and take a nap. In our eyes, every creature who yearns for happiness and freedom is a Dodeko. But perhaps in yours, we Dodeko are a fluffier and more mischievous breed of Kuhenki.
Yes, that is a much easier image to follow.
Oh, wonderful! Then let's play! Grab onto my tail and follow me into the sea! Time to settle some scores with the bad guys! wonderful talent. So, what do you make of it?
The use of Jumpy Dumpties doesn't come as naturally to me as Kuvaki, but their unpredictability makes it fun. I think they call this novelty.
Indeed! And how did it feel blowing those pesky nuisances away?
Not bad.
Any guilt?
What do you mean?
Oh, wonderful! Lovely answers to all 3 questions. You've passed the safety test. Now I can give this special bomb to you as a souvenir. Remember, if you find any meanies living on the moon, you can use this to boom them into oblivion.
I will.
Up for another round of fish blast? Oh, I mean of bye-bye, bad fishies! Oh, bless my fluffy tail! Dodoko has never seen candy shaped quite like this before. Why, it shines like a lovely crystal. Let the feasting begin! Oh, sweet as a tomato bathed in sunlight. Thank you very much. You truly are a friend to the Dodoko. Please share the rest with other people. I am sure everyone will fall in love with the taste of pure joy.
I don't suppose you'd like to play again, by any chance? Don't get me wrong, once is plenty. You're under no obligation to indulge me any further. And besides, I don't have any other prizes for you. Oh, I love the color of this wrapping paper. But the bow on that one is just so perfect. Oh, this is a tough choice. I know the wrapping paper doesn't affect the flavor, but it does set the first impression, which can influence your mood as you eat it. And actually, that does affect the flavor. I have to listen to my heart and pick the one that I can really build a bond with. It's the only way to eat candy. Oh, but look at the shape of this one. How lovely. Ah, this choice is getting harder and harder.
It'd be rude to just leave without saying anything. But at the same time, I don't want to barge into their lively conversation just to announce that I'm leaving. I guess I'll just wait a little longer. Huh? Albedo?
This sketch is for you, Grandmaster.
Oh, a gift for me. Thanks. Let's see what you've done for me.
The North Wind left in a lurch.
Ooh, I get one too? Nice, thanks. What is that? Oh, it's so familiar. Don't tell me. Oh, I got it. It's like the candy jar dropped into a vat of today's boon. Seems I'm a proud recipient of today's Feast of the Moon, huh? It'd be rude to just leave without saying anything. But at the same time, I don't want to barge into their lively conversation just to announce that I'm leaving. I guess I'll just wait a little longer. Huh? Albedo?
This sketch is for you, Grandmaster.
Oh, a gift for me. Thanks. Let's see what you've done for me.
The North Wind left in a lurch. Thank you. It seems I've picked lemon. It strikes a good balance between sweet and sour. This has piqued my curiosity. What if we were to add citrus and other spices, then enhance the flavor via caramelization? I wonder what the end product would be like. Perhaps I should take the time to try this out.
Welcome home, Moon Goddess. Oh, you're the genuine article. Alice was right. This moon prayer night was worth watching after all.
Another one that talks.
Greetings. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I am the Hexenzirkel member they call B. Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Columbina Hyposelenia. Pleased to meet you too.
Hyposelenia. A fine name indeed. Now then, Miss Columbina, do you wish to hear a mage's divination?
Divination. The Frost Moon Scions used to ask me what would happen in the future. Is this like that?
From the perspective of the one seeking answers, perhaps. As you look to your journey ahead, if you seek to understand the unknown, resolve your doubts, and soothe the confusion in your heart, divination could be for you.
The unknowns on my journey.
Of course, if one wishes to peer into fate, then hydromancy is the more precise option. But that is a complex affair, and to relegate that majestic art to the status of a festive amusement would seem somewhat uncouth. Besides, it is sometimes better to not know fate with great certainty. Hence, I shall use the suitably festive Luna Arcana to tell your fortune instead. It is more popular with the youth in any case.
Lunar Arcana.
Indeed. Unlike hydromancy, this will only display possibilities and trends. People like to think of themselves as creatures of agency and free will. Peering too far and too clearly into the future is detrimental to both body and soul.
I'd like to give it a try.
Of course you may. Come then, take a seat, Miss Columbina. Before we begin, are there any specific questions you would like to ask?
Let's stick to general possibilities and trends, like you suggested.
Ah, very well. Then I shall use the basic Lunar Arcana deck. Now, try to relax. Cast your mind upon the things you have experienced and the things you are soon to experience. I will shuffle the deck. Would you like to cut the cards yourself?
You do it.
No problem. Now then, to make things easier for the seeker, that is to say, you, I shall decipher the cards from your perspective. Please, draw the first Lunar Arcana. This represents destiny and is the foundation for the divination as a whole. Now, draw your second card. This will stand for the past, the sum of all your experiences that have come before. And now the third Arcana. This is the present, your interpretation of the current moment. Finally, the last card. This shall speak of the future, which... Oh,
Kuvaki Pulse?
fascinating. I've never encountered this before in my role as a diviner. Something has exerted an influence upon this card, causing it to leave its designated position. What do you make of this, Miss Columbina? Perhaps this is the guiding hand of fate in action. Of course, if you wish, you can choose to deny the validity of this card and draw the future for yourself.
No, it's fine. Let's go with this one.
A bold decision. I must say I'm looking forward to the results. Well then, let us flip the lunar arcana in sequence and see what emerges.
Sure.
First, Destiny. No surprises here. The card that represents yours is the moon.
The moon.
Indeed. The moon can represent the truth at some times, but deception at others. False peace, destructive calamity, and the world-changing power that lies within. When the moon is placed on the destiny tile, it indicates that your destiny is not what it may appear on the surface. Instead, it may yet have a hidden side. It symbolizes a journey through the fog, fraught with uncertainty and deception, where one must face inner challenges head-on.
I don't understand.
Patience, my dear. This is but the first card, which serves as a basis for the interpretations that follow. Our divination will only grow clearer from here on out. Now then, flip the second card, the one that speaks for the past. The Hermit, but inverted.
Inverted?
Yes. The Hermit symbolizes solitude, introspection, and the pursuit of truth. When inverted, it represents isolation, truth out of reach, and a path that leads one astray. Combined with the moon as one's destiny, the Hermit inverted represents a choice you made to stand alone in the past. It was a choice made not out of fear or arrogance, but for reasons that others could not perceive. You fumbled through the darkness without a guide, but you did not find your way. Rather, you went astray. More than once, it would seem.
Is this about how I became Kutar despite not wishing to become a god? And how I joined the Fatui because I yearned for a place to belong?
I suspect only you know the answer to this question. All is not lost. The past is in the past, and so it shall remain. Shall we look into the present now? Oh my. The Lovers. One of the most interesting Luna Arcana.
What does this one mean?
This means that you have had an unprecedented emotional experience. The joy of finding your soul becoming intertwined with that of another. A precious and wonderful thing indeed.
It's true. I've made a lot of friends recently, and they are very good to me. I like them a lot.
That sounds lovely. I am most delighted for you. The Lovers can also represent important decisions, perhaps related to a parting of ways. Now, if I were to guess...
Yes. My return to the moon.
I understand. Parting with friends is never easy, Columbina. But rest assured, this is not the end of your journey. There is always another story waiting to be told. The future always lies ahead.
The future.
Well now, it's finally time to flip this most mysterious of cards. Why did it appear? And what does it wish to tell you?
I'm ready.
Very well. Flip this card and see what lies on the other side. Oh,
Miss Barbeloth? What is it?
this card is death.
That doesn't sound very good.
It depends on how we interpret it. It is true that it can represent an agonizing death, a complete and utter end, but at the same time, it can also represent rebirth. Do not forget that your destiny card is the moon. That lends your future many different potential meanings.
If death spells the end, is it unavoidable?
As I have said, divination can only display general trends. It is a rough guide, but it does not show predetermined outcomes. Allow me to summarize it for you. In the past, you may have lost your way, but now you have gained new connections and new strength. You now face an important decision, one that may bring about a great change in what is yet to be. This change might, in turn, be the end of all things, or their beginning. But remember, everything is subject to change because of the moon present in your destiny. You must see the truth clearly and face your innermost thoughts.
The truth. My innermost thoughts. Thank you, Miss Barbeloth.
Don't mention it. Some people dislike divinations, for fear of glimpsing an ending to their story that they wish was not so. But I can see that you're different. The result of this divination will not sway your decision. This is a rare quality, and one that diviners always hope to see in the seeker. We are here merely to guide, not to exert undue influence.
I understand.
Go then and illuminate your future, Miss Columbina. The moonlight that shines from you now is most captivating.
Traveler,
Hey there, Columbina! Are you done checking out the festive amusements already? Are you sure you don't want to look around some more? You might not get another opportunity like this for a while.
right now, what I'd like to do is... You're right. I'm not ready for this night to end just yet.
Yeah, that's the spirit! Take your time, Columbina. The most important thing is to have no regrets. I'll be right here if you need us.
Okay. Thank you.
Dodoco's Whirligig. Come ride on a soft and furry Dodoco and embark on an unforgettable adventure. Of course, Moon Goddess. This way, please.
Traveler, Paimon.
Columbina! Finished with the festival already? Really? You're sure you don't want to have a little more fun out there? Final answer.
Yes, I am sure. This was the most fun I've ever had on a moon prayer night. Everywhere I went, people were saying, "Welcome home," and there were friends at every turn. I only wish it could last longer than one night.
Oh.
Yes, you're right. The moon prayer blossoms.
Ooh, look! Look!
Moon prayer night has come.
The moon. It's so beautiful.
Happy Moon Prayer Night, dear.
Happy Moon Prayer Night.
Happy Moon Prayer Night.
Aww.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh. Looks like the time has come.
Columbina. You're heading off, then?
Yes, to the ruins you mentioned. And from there, back home to the moon.
Wait! I know? At least...
Take one of our craft shop's crumb cookies up to the moon with you. You know, for a snack.
Sure, why not?
The Curatorium of Secrets believes in proper farewells. No story should be left without a satisfactory endnote.
Never.
Farewells are an important affair for the Ratniki, too. We never know when we might meet again.
Haha! And here I thought grand farewells wouldn't suit tonight's mood. But I suppose friendly passion is not to be stopped, eh?
We made a little something for you, Columbina. Ta-da!
What is it?
A Moon Prayer Night greeting card with drawings by all of your friends.
You did mention that you'd like a portrait done, so I took the liberty of creating one for you.
I, meanwhile, did the portrait of Mr. Albedo. And Mr. Varka did the same for me.
I mean, I think my work was pretty true to life, don't you think?
The picture of Ashru was my doing. The two of you seem to get along rather well.
Wait, was I the only one who did a full-body picture? That's so embarrassing. I did pictures of me and Anefa.
I did my own portrait and one for Hat Guy.
Plus, there's the two mages, Arlecchino and Sindrune. So, if you ever miss us, just flip the card open and we'll all be right there with you.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much, everyone. This whole moon prayer night was more than I could have ever asked for. It is the greatest gift I have ever received. Lama, I figured it out.
Figured what out?
Remember how the Frost Moon Scions used to use milk as invisible ink to write hidden messages?
That was a very long time ago. Oh, are you saying?
Yes. When I miss you all, I shall use moonlight in the same way, to write words that only you can see upon the moon itself.
Wow, that sounds lovely.
Quite. But how will we see them?
Simply open your windows on nights when the moon shines bright, and the moonlight will naturally flow towards the words I have written.
That sounds most fitting indeed. Very true to form.
I'll try to write them in places that won't disturb your sleep.
I, for one, would sleep all the better for having read one of your messages before settling down for the night.
Exactly! So don't worry about disturbing anyone's sleep. Just promise you'll write to let us know you're okay, alright?
All right. I promise.
In that case, Columbina?
I'm ready. Very well. Let's go. In just a few moments, I will be gone. I still don't know what to expect on the moon. Will I really be able to send messages to my friends? The Kuhenki, the animals of Not Krai. I'll never get to see them again. I wonder where I'll be when the next moon prayer night comes. This is where the people of Hyperborea used to communicate with the moons.
Eternal moon, frost moon, iridescent moon. When the power of all three converge,
the gate to the moons shall open.
Moon marrow preparations are complete. Only the final step remains.
I'm sure Nasha Town is livelier than ever at this moment.
Yeah, it's a shame you couldn't be there for it, but it's now or never, right?
It's fine. I'm more than happy with this. My last piece of luggage. My only piece of luggage. I can already feel the moon calling to me.
Your home lies on the far side of this light, Columbina.
From now on, we will at last have a reason to pray to the true moon.
Columbina.
Yes? I'm listening.
Be sure to come back and see us when you get the chance.
Of course.
But if that chance doesn't come, then remember that you have friends on this planet. People who will miss Columbina.
Yes, I will. Thank you for everything you've done for me. And remember, come night or day, the moonlight shall always connect us. Well then, farewell, my friends. This was my happiest night in Tevat.
Farewell, Columbina.
The moon really is closer than ever tonight.
Columbina.
All 3 moons in one place. Time for one final experiment. Reason, life, death, time, and space. They all believed I would fail. But Tevat's primordial power never did belong to the throne of heaven. And now, they are mine.
No, as long as I'm here. The Doctor is free to wield the 3 moons' power. It's the only way. I guess I won't be going home today.
Columbina! No!
Stubborn world, do not try to control me.
Columbina.
Are you all right? Do your wounds still hurt?
I had someone prepare a little medicine that could prove effective. Take it if you need to.
In that case, let me relate the contents of the call we made to Alice after the incident occurred.
That Dottore is a crafty one. He distracted the Hexenzirkel by creating a huge fuss at Tevat's borders. I'd assumed that the cause was an abyssal intrusion from the outside world, which in fairness is a rather common occurrence. But after learning that you managed to influence the phantoms in Krai, I realized that perhaps this interference could have come from within Tevat instead.
But we weren't able to change their fates.
True, you couldn't change how their stories ended, but you did build some variables around yourself.
Variables?
Yes, Things you heard that you could not otherwise have learned, ideas that would otherwise have never crossed your mind, all these things are variables. Of course, most variables usually pale into insignificance with the myriad of possibilities floating around. But the moment you start treating them as building blocks and intentionally stacking them, that changes things. That's what Dottore did, and it's how he created the necessary conditions so that when you activated the portal tonight, it played right into his plan.
However, we have no way of knowing exactly what he did.
Yeah, we also need to ascertain Columbina's status.
And that about sums it up.
As I suspected, Dottore has disappeared completely. If it's any consolation, he wasn't able to control Columbina as he might have wished to.
Oh no! What? She did what? All we saw was Dottore appeared and used some kind of power. The next thing we knew, he and Columbina were gone and you were falling into the sea.
So, Columbina intentionally opened the Moon Gate and escaped into the same mysterious world as Rerir and Thalindis.
Sounds like bad news.
Seen in that way, the Trilunar Syzygy and Rerir's emergence, Dottore might have been pulling the strings in both cases. According to Miss Alice, he is attempting to transcend his destiny and finish an experiment that only a god might complete.
An utter lunatic.
Wait a sec, where's Hat Guy? Seems like he'd want to be here for this.
He took off with the Dodo communication device after we spoke to Alice. He said he had a hunch that he wanted to investigate by himself. The look on his face was terrifying. I've never seen him like that before.
I'm back.
Hat Guy!
I went to look for the Hyperborean phantoms again. I think I've gotten to the bottom of it. I got them to talk to Nicole on the other end of the communications line. Turns out, the history they describe is different from how Nicole remembers it.
Really? But how? Surely Nicole can't have been wrong.
Because the phantoms are the ones who are deceived. They speak of a savior who appeared in their history. One who never should have existed. This savior promised to create a new moon within the false sky, and even bring back their moon goddesses. Foolishly, they believed in him, and told him everything he wanted to know about the moons. It's obvious that this was Dottore doing.
Now you mention it, the first time we entered the Hyperborean ruins, we heard the phantoms discussing their history, and I remember Nicole commenting that something sounded a little strange.
But Dottore shouldn't have been able to get in there in the first place.
He didn't. Nicole said that this was an anomalous state triggered by disruptions in the causal connections between phantoms from the same era. The variables that Dottore put in place were substantial enough that they even affected phantoms that he never met.
So it's not that their memories were unclear. They'd been tampered with.
That's exactly the possibility Dottore was trying to manufacture. He turned these variables into knowledge and engineered the situation so all that knowledge would fall into his hands. Then, he harnessed that knowledge on Moon Prayer Night to truly create a false moon.
How is that even possible?
To be precise, he exploited a weakness in the way the spell works. The spell senses Kuvaki to detect the moon's location. So, as long as the false moon more strongly resembled a moon than the frost moon beyond the skies, the gate would teleport Columbina to the false moon's location. In other words, to Dottore's side. Once he had her under control, the teleportation spell remained active, and he manipulated her power to seize both moon marrows.
At that moment, the moon marrows disappeared right before our eyes. It was already too late, even as we were leaving the ruins.
By then, Dottore had already amassed the power of all 3 moons.
So, where does that leave us? What do we do now?
I'd certainly like to know what Her Majesty thinks, now that the concerns I expressed to her have come to pass. But we cannot simply sit and wait for her to decide the matter. And in any case, it is not the Fatui Harbinger Damselette who sees us as her friends, but rather Columbina Hyposelenia. If, even in such extreme circumstances, Her Majesty will not lift the prohibition on Harbingers drawing steel against one another, then I will do as my heart demands. I will fight as Peruware instead.
Oh, Arlecchino!
Time is short, so I'll make the first move.
Whew. Even Arlecchino seems to be losing her cool now.
All right. Lose those dejected looks for a moment and let me get a word in. It looks bad, I won't lie. Very bad, in fact. So Dottore's pulled some real dirty tricks to gain the upper hand. For now. And yeah, it's to the point where even the mages say that his variables have affected destiny. I'm not so sure, though. Many have told me that Tevat's destiny is fixed, and that does appear to be the case. Well, what makes Dottore so sure he'll be the exception? And since he was able to stack these variables up, who's to say we can't do the same? You of all people should not be discouraged, traveler from afar. This isn't over yet. And you're not alone in that. Everyone here does, whether they've spoken thus far or not. But none of us are the type to sit back and wait for the sun to shine again. That's exactly how a knight should roll. If they knock you down, you get back up and get back in it. Don't forget, Honorary Knight, you're a legitimate member of Mondstadt too.
Vark is right. This is far from over. Dottore's already way overdue a butt-kicking given his past shenanigans. And after this, he's earned himself a double dose.
That's what I'm talking about. How's everyone else feeling?
I'll use Kuvaki to investigate Columbina's whereabouts. I am not ready to give up either.
Leave the intel gathering to me. Whatever happens within Krai's borders, when the Curatorium of Secrets wants to be in the know, we always find a way.
Aino and I will do all we can to support you. We will attempt to reverse engineer Dotori's actions and seek a breakthrough that way.
Alice and Nicole are busy dealing with an emergency at Tevat's borders, so they can't return just yet. But they're both very angry about this. They've asked Albedo and me to act on the Hexenzirkel's behalf and do everything in our power to fight back against Dotori.
Are you ready then? We're going to have to conduct a lot of research, even in the early stages.
I'll do my best.
As for me, I'm pretty familiar with Dotori's way of doing things, so I can try to predict his next move. I'll help with your investigation.
Nice! Looks like we have our basic division of labor. I'll get in touch with Flints and Itlua, get them to have a chat with their Starshiner. It couldn't hurt to bring the Lightkeepers on board as well. At the same time, I'll pass on instructions to the Knights present in Krai to assist the Lightkeepers and other organizations in ensuring the safety of those living here.
Yeah! We'll show him!
That's it then. Good luck, everyone.
I never thought that Columbina would become my real name. It went from being a Fatui code name to something my friends call me. And remember, come night or day, the moonlight shall always connect us.